Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. So if you're following a lot about my videos and you saw the video that I posted a bit earlier, it was we were talking about our travel to Stavanger, and now this is the second part and it continues to where we ended, that we were heading to an oil museum of Stavanger. And this is how it looks from the outside, that there's different structures that are used in the oil extraction or production from the sea. So going inside, there's a lot of different structures that looks really extraordinary and interesting. Different kinds of pipes or structures that are used in this work. They are made in very interesting shapes, and I think it's very impressive work. This one here is an example of a pipe that is used to transfer oil from the sea, from the North Sea, out to Europe. It's quite big. You can imagine the amount of oil or gas that is transferred there. In a day, it's quite a lot. So there's a lot of different structures that shows how the oil platforms look. So I can differentiate them with their size. There are others that are really big, and the way they are mounted on earth or under the sea, they also look different. Others float a bit, others have something like walls, and others looks like a boat. So there's really a nice exhibition here that shows what is really done out there on the sea. So just sit and imagine how someone drills oil from the earth through the sea and up on the surface of the earth. It needs a lot of powerful machines, and I can say like something like engines, and this is how they look. It's kinds of different, kinds of very, very powerful big machines, and we got to see them. Yeah, something like that looks like it, you know. So they also have, in the museum, they also have something like a helicopter that you take. It's used mostly as a transport when you go into the oil platform. This is one of the mostly used way of transport, because I think it's faster and it's safer for the workers to use while going to the platforms and out. The people who work in these platforms, they don't travel every day. They go there for several weeks and work and then go back home. You can imagine going away from your family for many days to work in these platforms. But they are quite equipped with everything. Like you can find like places for resting, and there's gyms, there's everything that you find on land. So I think it's a good working environment. So this is an example of like a control room that is used in the oil platform. So yeah, this is a map that shows how the oil is transported or where it's transported. So after that, we went to stroll around Stavanger, and we first went to this very interesting street that is called Fargegatta. Fargegatta, it means it's colorful street. So this is the most colorful street of Norway. And in the old days, this was one of the very dull streets, and there comes a tailor that wanted to transform it to a nice street. So he painted different colors, and since then it was many people that loved it, and it's floated with a lot of tourists every day from all over the world. So there you can find a lot of shopping. There's a lot of pubs, there's hairdressers, there's barber shops, and restaurants. So continuing up the streets, it's you can see it's quite narrow street, and we came also close to Stavanger Cathedral. Stavanger Cathedral is the only cathedral from the Middle Age that has kept its original architecture, and the only Norwegian cathedral in continuous use since 13th century. So it was built between 1100 to 1150 years. We are sorry that we didn't show so much of it because it was under renovation, I can say. So they are trying to keep its original shape. So there must be some construction or small constructions that should be done to keep its original architecture. So Stavanger is a very interesting city, and it's one of the Norwegian oldest city. The weather here is much cooler and less rain than other cities further north. There comes the city lake, which is surrounded by city park. It's very, very beautiful, full of birds and people sitting around. You can also see, buildings from across the lake. It just looks really beautiful. This was summertime, so the flowers are blooming, and the funny part, we found the crocodile. It's not a real one, but a wooden crocodile on the side. It's, I don't know, it's impossible, I think, to find a crocodile like this in Norway, but yeah, it was nice. So coming up the streets, on these streets is mostly the delivery cars that are found, but it's mostly streets for walking, so it's quite safe, and people like us with families can go around in the places like this with kids and walk and just have fun and do a lot of shopping, and yeah. It was a very enjoyable trip, and we had to see a lot of things and enjoy so much about Stavanger. Here we were heading to a tower that is found like on the top. This is a really known tower in Stavanger City. So this is called Valberg, and it's located in an area that is on top, so it's easier to see almost the whole Stavanger. So this tower was constructed from 18th 1850 to 1853, and it was from observation tower of Stavanger, and its duty was to alert people when there's something like fire hazards. So there were watchmen that were sitting inside and watch the city. So from the tower you can see a very nice view of the whole Stavanger city, and it's very beautiful. So this one here shows how in the years that it was constructed or it was finished. And we got a chance to go inside, and there's a lot of different tools or things that were used by the watchmen in those days. So there's some steps up on the top of the tower where you can really see the Stavanger city. So guys, look at that view. It's so beautiful. So Stavanger is quite an old city, and I can say it's not very well planned, but it looks very beautiful. I just like the different colors of the roofs, and many houses are painted white. Wooden houses painted in white with red roofs. And in some areas they put different colors of the roof, so together when you see them from the tower, they look really beautiful. There are different tools that you can see, as I said earlier. I really don't know what they're used for, but it was just interesting to see them. There's a lot of shopping streets in Stavanger, walking streets, as I said earlier, flowers on the way. It's like, wow. This is the harbor. It's an area close to the harbor. There's also so much to see. You can see a lot of different sizes of houses, and they just look beautiful together. So in Stavanger, there's this popular area with collection of wooden structures from 18th to 19th century. That's called Old Stavanger. In English or in Norway, it's called Gamle Stavanger. Look at these streets, small streets and really tiny small houses. In Africa, we are used to have our houses and a lot of we have a fence around and a gate, but you can see this one, it's like the windows are just on the street, facing the street. It's a safe place to live, I think. There's not a lot of theft or anything. It just looks cozy to me. I think I love streets like this. Houses like this were built a lot for accommodation to many people in the city, so they look almost the same, all of them. And this is just very nice to see. So any day you plan to visit Stavanger, These are the things that you have to see. This is a must-see in Stavanger. I just fell in love with these streets. They are so beautiful. I can't imagine living in these streets. So it's not about a big house with a fence and everything. It's just the coziness of it. So many people come and see how these streets are made, and I think many people love it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This was such an experience, and I'm so glad that we found to share it together. Please subscribe if you're new, and so you can get more videos in the future. There's a lot of more videos about travel this summer that are coming, and they are very interesting. Don't forget to follow my food channel, and it's called Wonderfood, if you like to make good food. So until the next video, bye!